So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be installing some LED lights in the trunk of the Mini Cooper. Thanks to MicTuning for providing these for me. So MicTuning sent me some lights to test out. Typically these go in your wheel arches. I was talking to the wife. She wants to try and put them in the trunk of her Mini Cooper. So let's get these unboxed, get them in the Cooper, and that way it can light up the trunk nicely.
Is the king.
So this kit they ended up sending me has 8 LED lights in there. It's got some backers, just gonna help. That way it doesn't rub against like your paint or whatever like that. And then it's got a lot of mounting equipment as well. So let's get these installed in the car. Those are actually very good looking LEDs. It's got a hefty weight to them too. So they're not some super cheap version or anything like that. But yeah, we'll check them out. We'll see how hot they get too, being on for a while. Just kind of, if you have any concerns about them heating up, melting anything, we'll definitely check that out as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get at least a few of these in the trunk to light the trunk up nicely. Alright, now I was looking at these things, and it basically just has our red and black wire like I showed you a minute ago. But I looked through all the box, there's no controller to go with these things to tell them, hey, no, turn blue, turn red, turn purple, I don't know, what other colors you want. But, so I'm kind of worried that once I wire these things up, they're always going to be on. I mean, I guess I could wire them into something that needs the key, but with the other lights I've put on this car, I have a switch I can turn them on and off with. I'm curious if I can wire these into those, that we can control them all, but then again, how do you change the colors? And if they're on all the time, again, how do you change the colors? I'm going to reach out to the company, I'll let you guys know what they say, but yeah, I'm kind of curious on, besides just powering up, how the heck are these things supposed to work? So just for the fun of it, I'm going to put it on the MR2 battery because I have really easy access to this thing. But let's just see how they light up and go from there. And maybe triggering them on and off a few times will change the colors too, or the light sequence or anything like that. So let me, I can't peel these wires back a bit more. I'm going to have to cut that open a bit to be able to get them to go across the battery posts. But yeah, let's just try it on the MR2 battery just to see how well these things work. Alright, so as you guys saw, it looks like it's just a white light, which is a bit underwhelming. I was hoping it would have a variety of colors, but either way, it did look pretty bright. Let's go ahead and get a couple in the trunk of the Mini Cooper. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping these in the Cooper or not, just because it's only a white light, and I know the wife likes to cycle through all the different colors of underglow lights that she has on her car. But yeah, let's get these plugged in and just see how well they light up the trunk at least, and go from there. Again, I know a lot of people put these in their wheel wells. I've seen them on like big trucks around town and stuff like that. I don't know if it's this brand, but this type of light. And it lights up the wheel well, kind of behind the wheel, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, let's get these in the trunk and just check them out. See how they work. Now I know some of y'all probably be wondering why I'm using zip ties. It's because as of right now, it's going to be a temporary installation. And until I determine whether or not I really like these things enough to keep them in the car, I'm keeping it as zip ties for now. I would say it's always a good practice because you don't want to make any permanent holes if you're not 100% permanent about your modification. Like LED lights, for instance, you can easily take them back off and there's no damage to your car or truck or boat or whatever else you're putting these things on. And that's also why I'm using wire nuts to hold these guys together too. Again, it's more of a temporary mocking it up just to see how it's going to look if we end up leaving these lights in the trunk somewhere, how it lights up the trunk, which I'll show you guys here in just a minute as soon as I'm done with these wires. Alright, so I've got them in the corners over here. Wires are tucked up. So I'm going to wait till nighttime. We're going to come back out. We're going to turn these things on and see how well they illuminate the trunk and go from there. So MicTuning is a leading brand of specializing in innovating automotive products. Their target audience is tech-savvy individuals ages 18 to 60 who love upgrading their vehicles. So I definitely fall in that demographic because I'm about to turn 40. Yeah, I know, I'm getting old. Like I mentioned earlier, their lights are pretty robust. I think they do good in a set of wheel wells. Again, we're about to try them in the trunk of the Mini Cooper here. Like I said, I just ran some wires for now. Ooh, we have a focus. I ran some wires for now running up and across into the battery. So we're going to turn them on here in just a minute. I do have some controls set up to make sure that they turn on properly. But, yeah, as you can see in the photo here, I got them on a Jeep's wheel wells. Yeah, they might do pretty good in a situation like that. We're going to test them out as soon as it gets a little bit darker here in the trunk itself and see how well it lights it up. I also am going to compare these lights to the already existing underglow lights that we have on the Mini Cooper, and we have some in the wheel wells of the Mini Coopers, or excuse me, the foot pedals of the Mini Cooper as well. So we're definitely going to see how these compare to already existing LED lights that we have on the car. But yeah, darkness is almost here. It's getting a little bit darker. Camera will focus. There we go. So as soon as it gets dark, I'm going to show off the lights.
5 minutes later.
All right. So a reference, it is currently 81 degrees on those little lights. So let's turn them on for a while. See how good they look in the trunk here. I know you guys can barely see the trunk, but we're going to change that as soon as we get these lights on. And we're going to check the temperature once the lights are on for a while. So as you guys can certainly see, it brightens up this trunk a lot. These lights are very bright, and they're very white light. Again, I wish they were different colors. That way you could at least get some differentiation between just regular white light and anything else. If they were in your wheel wells, yeah, they'd probably stand out. But again, these ones are just white. I think white's just kind of boring overall. I think if you're going to be putting LED lights on your car, it should be a fun color. Check out their website. They do have other colors available. But let's turn on the underglow lights and just compare how bright those ones are compared to these two trunk lights. And we're going to leave these on for a while we're doing all this. So just compare this to this. This just seems like I have LEDs in my trunk. It doesn't... These are fun lights. Honestly, these are just kind of boring. Even if they were in your wheel wells, it's still just going to be kind of boring. It's just a solid light. They may do other ones. The ones they sent to me to review, just boring. I'm sorry. Again, it just looks like I put bright LED bulbs in the trunk. And again, if you put them in your wheel well or anywhere else in your car, it's just going to look like bright LEDs. Nothing fun and exciting about them. Where the colored lights, they actually do something fun. You can pick what color you want. Like, and again, it's just solid white. Just on or off. There's no rhyme or reason about it. So, not overly impressed with just their solid colors. Again, if you're going to do it where you can change stuff up like we have with the underglow. And again, it's not just the underglow we have on the car, we also have it inside the car too. So I am glad I did a temporary installation because these are not staying in the trunk. Alright, so these have been on for about 20 minutes now. Hit it with my temp gun. Honestly, they're a little warm, but they're not terrible. It only went up by about 10 degrees. So, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to do. I know a lot of these LED lights do get really warm really fast. I do have a garage spotlight that after about 5 minutes, you almost can't touch the front where the light is actually at. Actually, let's hit that really quick with the temp gun. Just to see. About 90, right where the light is at. I was testing the back of it. But even the front side where the actual light is, it's about 90 degrees. So only a 10 degree difference from nothing at all. So if we're going to say one good thing about these lights, definitely don't get hot. So that is a big plus, especially with dealing with LEDs and sticking them on your vehicle or anything like that. And especially here in the trunk where there's a lot of like carpeting and stuff, you definitely don't want these things to get too hot and light anything on fire. Thanks again to MicTuning for supplying me with a set of LEDs to test out in this video and give my opinion about. So kind of final thoughts. If you're going to go with something that's going to give you, a bit of spice to your car with lighting wise, I would go with something you can change colors with. I would go with something that, isn't just a solid color. Whether they go in your wheel wells, in your engine bay, in your trunk, wherever you're trying to light up an area, I would get them where they can actually change colors. Not just boring solid colors. That's just my thoughts. If you guys have differing thoughts than me, please let me know down in the comment section. I'd love to hear your opinions. If you're going to do this, why not have fun with it? Alright, so right before I wrap up this video, I did hear back from MicTuning. They do not come with a controller, like I was showing you for the undercarriage lights. But you can set it up on your phone with certain applications of their lighting system. These ones do not. They are either on or off, and you do have to wire in your own switch. Or just have them operated off the key. So as soon as you turn your key on, these would turn on. I'm not a big fan of that. I would rather wire in a switch or have one in the cigarette lighter you can turn on and off kind of thing and wire it in that way. But yeah, the fact that they don't have the ability to change colors, at least this one, they do offer ones that do, but so the fact that these ones are only white because it's their like off-road lighting kit, I'm not a huge fan. Maybe the quality of lights is good. Don't get me wrong. They were very bright. There are several LEDs inside the housing you can see. So it definitely lightens things up quite a bit. Or I guess light things up quite a bit, not lightens. You know what I mean. Anyway. They may be better in wheel wells. But honestly, just the features that this offers, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, they're not bad quality lights. They're actually pretty good quality. But the features they come with are kind of lacking. So, those are my final thoughts. If you are interested, again, it's down in the description. You can pick up any kind of color, any kind of, color changing. But you would need the app on your phone as well. And a lot of times I don't like putting random apps on my phone. So, there's that too. But do what you want. Again, link down in the description if you want to set for yourself. If you did like any of the background music that was in this video, check out the artist's SoundCloud. His link is in the description. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below in the comment section. And yeah, you know my thoughts on these things. So if you want to set for yourself, check out the link in the description. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.